Beyond that, I want to have a good solid grip. So I want good stippling on my grip. I like a very aggressive stipple. A lot of people don't like the Sig Sauer 365 stipple because they say it's too aggressive. To me, it's not aggressive enough. I would like a more aggressive stippling, but that's because I shoot a lot, so my hands are fairly callous to those stipplings. And so I want to make sure that I get a good solid purchase on there, especially when my hands are cold or wet or whatever it is, because if you come out into one of our classes and it's raining, you'll find out real quick how easy it is to slip on a handgun that doesn't have a good aggressive texture, right? That gun will feel like it's sliding around in your hand the whole class. So it's one of those things where I like a very aggressive texture. Be careful not to go too aggressive on it if it's going to be touching your skin in an appendix carry or 3 o'clock position holster, because at that point in time, it's gonna start rubbing your stomach raw. It's not gonna feel too good. So. So good aggressive texture. If you want to do the serrations on the front, again, no problem with that. Good quality sights on there. And then the last thing that I generally will do and look at with the firearm, like I said, I shouldn't say that I'll generally do, because most of my guns I actually leave factory, as much as I can anyways. But I a lot of times will add a flared mag well to the bottom of the gun, because that allows me to take this portion here, right? This is always the same speed, right? Me coming up here. But this line up here and at the base of this is where I need to get my time down as much as I can and be able to slide that magazine in there quickly. So that flared magazine well does allow me to put that in there faster. And you'll find that this is true, because what will happen is people, when they go to a competition or defensive engagement or something like that, and all of a sudden the buzzer rings or shots are being fired, this becomes slightly panicked. And so even if you're really smooth at it always, and you always get that in there nice and quick, then all of a sudden things change and you're like looking for it and, oh shit, what am I doing? So adding that little bit of that flared magwell certainly does help. So I'm a big fan of doing the flared magwells in there and having that ability to slam that magazine in there and having that a little bit of extra purchase on the magwell for it. So I like flared magwells. I've got one ordered for this gun. The one downside of flared magwells, you got to be careful that they're not too big, because they can get a little bit cumbersome and uncomfortable for you to carry and wear, especially if you're wearing an appendix position, because they can kind of bulge a little bit there. So don't go too crazy on it. Don't feel like you can't sand them down a little bit if they are a little bit too big, though. A lot of guys will do that. If they buy one that's a competition model one, they'll actually sand it down to make it work for a conceal and carry. That's certainly an option. So you can make some adjustments there. But